بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم رب زدني علما.
The next thing we'll try to understand the 802.11n standard. Now again, this is one of the next standard which was introduced. Now this standard is going to operate in both. It supports both 2.4 gigahertz or 5 gigahertz ranges. So which means you may find the devices operating on 2.4 or 5 gigahertz frequency bands again. Now one of the major enhancement with this 802.11 is the throughput. So if you try to see here, the 802.11n standard is going to provide you up to 600 Mbps of throughput depending upon the number of antennas we use. Like if any access point device, it supports, let's say 4 antennas, so you can still have 600 Mbps of throughput. So if that standard is running 2 antennas, so it can have a throughput of around 300 Mbps. So again, it depends on that. So that is one of the major enhancement. Now one thing we need to understand here is, so how it's going to provide such a huge throughput. So it uses something called multiple input and multiple output mechanism. Now this mechanism is a method of increasing the capacity of that particular radio link by using something called multiple transmission and multiple receiving antennas. So this is just like multiple antennas will be transmitting and multiple antennas will be receiving. So that way the throughput is actually increased. So it's something like sending and receiving more than one data signal we are sending simultaneously. Now, apart from that, it also provides some enhancements like frame aggregation. Now in the case of frame aggregation, what happens is it is going to increase the throughput by sending 2 or more frames in a single transmission. So just like in a single transmission, multiple frames are actually sent. Also, there are some kind of security enhancements you'll find in this. So like additional security parameters has been added, or some more enhanced security is improved. So if you just try to see the difference between the previous models, like the 802.n, which is again introduced in 2009, operates in 2.4 gigahertz or 5 gigahertz range, and the throughput, it can go up to 600 Mbps, and again the distance limitation is also a little bit different. So again, these are like the distance, the throughput, again it varies. So distance, again it varies on multiple factors it supports, and again the throughput also varies depending upon the number of devices and what type of access point or what type of device we use in general.